The Logan Power Show. Welcome, everybody.
The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show.
He is phenomenal.
The Logan Power Show.
He's here to empower you and impact
The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show.
It'll be a great show.
He is phenomenal. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Logan Power Show. That is powerful. That's phenomenal. That is powerful. My name is Calvin Logan. Welcome to the... That's phenomenal. The Logan Power Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, live here at The Point. The Point. I'm talking about the point where the people make a difference here in North Charleston, South Carolina, 4870 Piedmont Avenue. Hey, I'm having a great time. I got a man here. He's a co-owner. He's a writer. He's a producer. And this man's got a lot of tasks and talents, but he's very creative and has a lot of don't have as much time. His time when it was very small. Mr. Gabriel Oree, how you doing, sir?
How you doing, brother? I'm good, man.
How's everything?
Everything's good. Lovely. Loving life, yes.
All right. Well, like you said, people don't know who he is, but I know he's big out there, nationwide guy. He's co-owner of a great music company called Timeless Sounds, LLC. He produces his music, mixes, masters, writes, negotiates deals. So, man, you're doing a lot of great things.
I'm doing a lot, and I mean, it's good to be able to say you do all those things, but those things come with beginnings. In the beginning, most times, you know, you have to kind of take control of where you want to go, and you just learn kind of along the way. So that's kind of like how I learned and started.
Well, I totally get it. You have to learn. It takes a process
Definitely.
to become successful. I know for me, it takes a while to get to this level. So for me, a great quote that I saw that you talked about, the music I put out will change the way people listen to music.
Yes, and what I mean by that is a lot of times, you know, me being a music guy, I'm a musician first and then music producer, I play by ear, and really what grabs my attention is the beat first. A lot of people say, hey man, yo, that beat, and then they put the lyrics to it. So it's kind of like a two-dimensional type of thing, the way I look at it. But for me, being a gifted kid, you know, from 7, you know, music has always been my thing. I could see music. I know that sounds a little weird, but it's kind of like I could see it. And, you know, I see it, it's in my mind, and then I get it out of me, get it out of my head, put it on paper or whatever you do. So I wanted to kind of open that door for other people to be able to see the music like I see it. Not just a two-dimensional, but three-dimensional. And approach music differently instead of the beat and then, you know, we all do it. But to be able to really take in the essence of what the music is really saying and not just get caught or lost into a beat, per se.
Definitely, you know, you don't want to get lost in any type of beat, a sound, but it sounds like that God has truly blessed you with the opportunity to have the I guess the instinct and the mindset when you hear a beat, you hear a sound. What happens for you is that God shows you how to put it out there. It's like no one actually has to tell you, like, you know, I know for me, I could read the music, but playing, that wasn't my gift. My gift is like, I can hear the beat and say, okay, well, if I had this, I'll throw that in there. If that was me, drop this, drop that.
Right.
But like saying, like, you know, play it, Calvin? No. I can read it, but there's no way I can actually, I can just hear it and say, oh man, I'll come with this great sound. Wasn't that case?
You know, a lot of people, especially like musicians, You got people that read, that can read music, and that's great. I definitely encourage that. But then you got people that hear music in their heads. That's how most people would say it. And then they put out what they hear, but then they can't read. So you got two different things going on there. And I think the ideal is to be able to read and to be able to put out what you hear. When you read, you're just interpreting somebody else's idea of something. But when you play what you hear, and in my situation, I believe that this is the sounds of heaven that's being downloaded, and now I'm putting it out fresh, new, creatively to what I'm hearing, from the glory clouds, to help saturate the atmosphere, to help, music is very powerful. So music does a lot of things, and I know a lot of people may not really understand what music does. So it's very important, and it's also very important who puts it out.
Definitely. And then one thing that I liked about it, your first album next year, Ecclesia.
I call it Ecclesia.
Ecclesia.
It's Ecclesia too.
Ecclesia, okay, make
Yeah.
sure, okay.
Same.
Like Ecclesiastes?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ecclesia.
And the Greek word for what is called church.
Yes.
Now, I know God must have brought that down, because when I was reading it, I was saying to myself, man, that's different. You come with a different type of flavor, and you call it, this is church.
Yeah, what I want people to understand, this is going to be my first album, but I'm no newbie at all. I've been around. I've worked with tons of people, names I won't even say, but I've been around, and it may seem like this guy's coming overnight. It's not overnight. I've been doing this for years. But Ecclesia, this came from years and years of study. This came from God taking me out of the secular realm of music that I used to do, sat me down for a while and said, look, you got this gift, but I got more for you to do. You need to learn my word and then put both together. And how powerful would that be? So ecclesia is a word that I've learned and studied, that this word really means church. This is the Greek word that we call church. And it doesn't mean what we think it means. Like you ask the average person, what is a church? They'll say the building.
Sure.
Really. It's really not the building, it's really the people, but then it goes beyond just being the people. It's called out ones. The church's job is to kind of be like the government, the state, the heads. That's the church. Those are the called out ones to be able to go and administer the government of God, the culture of God. That's really what the church is. And I've learned all this, of course. I'm not saying things that I haven't learned, but everyone is a leader.
Okay.
Every single person is a leader. What the issue is, a leader of what?
Okay.
A leader in your domain. Everyone has a unique gift, like you doing the show. This is your domain. Lead that domain.
Yeah.
And you have people that like what you have.
Sure.
It's called fruit. Like your fruit, they come to pick from your fruit. So that's what I look at as far as music. You have a lot of artists, you have a lot of people doing music, and you would think like, man, you're doing the same thing this guy's doing. No, it's a uniqueness to it. I have a certain sphere, I have a certain domain that I have authority over, and that's my domain, and I lead in that domain. And so everyone's a leader. You just have to find your leadership gift, your fruit.
Well, it sounds to me that you've gone through something that I tell people all the time, that God transcended you from one state because you was in the world.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then you changed your life, you got transformed.
Yes.
And then the biggest thing is, the biggest challenge is thinking about, man, I know what it was like on that side of the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to get over to this side, where now I'm strictly going for what God you called me to. And that's the biggest challenge. It seems like you've done so much. You're 10 years of music, but you can tell somebody, I've dealt with some big names, but now I'm trying to go to another level where I'm trying to be what God has called me to be, the church, to be able to bring people in and to let them know how good God has been, and that don't knock small beginnings, and to God's giving you a second chance to actually do what He's called you to do.
Think about it like this, man. This is like a movie almost. I feel like I've been on the other side, right? Not knowing, what it is. And then God used me to just be a sponge over there, and I soaked up the other side.
Sure.
And now I turn my life over to God. I feel like now I got the drop on the other side because I've been there. So for me, it's so easy to be with, look, I know the way that this side goes. I know that all too well. I've been doing that.
Sure.
But now I'm on this side, and now God is showing me how He does it,
Yeah.
how the kingdom flows. And now knowing what I already know for the other side, I feel like it's almost like cheating. Almost like, yeah, I've been there, so I know what to do. I know what not to do.
Sure.
I know how to maneuver this way.
Okay.
And even to help people that may be still on the other side or maybe bridging the gap.
Definitely. I think that what you are is like a Paul in the Bible.
Paul.
Now you've had the opportunity where you've been in
That's
that
it.
atmosphere before, so
Yeah.
you're not new to it, but you can tell somebody, well, hey, I know what it's like to be in this world atmosphere.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. God has changed my life around, and I don't need those riches in that life because that leads to damnation.
Right.
And I'm looking for a better way of doing things. And I think that's where I like about yourself is that you know how to make music. God has blessed you. And I think a lot of times where a lot of artists, I don't care if you're all the great ones from the world to gospel, at one point in time, they know church. Church has always been engraved into them. The problem is you got a choice factor, railroad tracks.
Yeah.
Which way you're gonna go. You're going east, you're going west, north or south. And I think that your journey can be really a movie. And I think that, you really need to pursue what God has really called you to. I believe that your album is going to be successful. I know God has really been pulling on you.
Yeah.
You say you started at 7, and for those that don't know, when God calls you, He can call you at an early age or He call you at a later age in life. And I know for me, it sounds like God's been pulling you in that time, and you said, well, hey, I'm the prodigal son. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and then He changed you, and now you're doing your actual assignment.
You know what? I believe that God calls us, and I'll just speak specifically to me, He calls immediately, right away. It's us rejecting through maybe culture, through maybe, society, peers, whatever the case, even parents sometimes. You just don't really know. And for me, being raised in the church, both my parents are pastors, when I really accepted God, it was me running, I was living in New Jersey at that point, and I was in the middle of doing me, what I thought was me, right in the middle of it, and, he called me, and of course, like you said, the crossroads, I was at a crossroads, and I just kind of fell down in my house on my knees, like, all right, God, crying, like, what do you want? That type of thing. Yeah. But I mean, I think when I accepted Him, I realized, like, man, He's always been calling. It's just that I was so far away from Him, I couldn't hear His voice. He said, my sheep hear my voice. I didn't know that was His voice the whole time. So, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's the thing. When you've been through so much in life, I know that God will definitely call you at times when you think He's not actually calling you. Now, get back to where you got a tour coming.
Sure, we
Let's
have a tour.
talk about this tour.
So I want everybody to know about this tour. We did one before a couple years ago with a few artists that we've been working with.
Sure.
Now our artist roster has risen, and we've been working with some great folks. As you know, I'm a co-owner of a company. We're mostly into production, and these artists that we've been working with, they're great artists. Like it's a lot of talent here, but it's nowhere really to really expose that talent.
Sure.
And this is why I feel like a lot of people just go out to the other side. Like at least they got some avenues or some venues to expose that. So what we decided to do, don't despise small beginnings.
No, don't despise small beginnings.
We decided to contact a lot of pastors out in the Charleston area and surrounding areas, and just threw an idea to them. Listen, we have a lot of artists, some great artists. We want to have a place where they can expose their fruits.
Sure.
Right? They can say, hey, I got apples, and whoever likes apple, they can come and pick from that tree. And it's just an exposing thing, just to expose it, because I believe that's what Jesus did. You know, he went to John, who was exposing what he had. A lot of people expose what they had, and it's your choice to come and pick from the tree of whatever it is they're exposing. So that's what we want to do, and we're kicking it off in January of next year. We've been planning for this for a year, a little over a year now.
Okay.
And we know that it's going to be very successful. We're excited about it too.
Well, definitely, we're here to partner with you. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
that's the thing. We want to definitely have you come back on the show. I'm saying that now, you know, publicly, because I believe that, you know, God is, you know, when you connect with somebody, like, man, there's something about that person, and it can all work. And so I believe that every artist that you can bring on, be nationwide, worldwide, connect with us to our show, and we're going to make it happen.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure, definitely.
So just to name a few of the artists, besides myself, we have Vernita Wright Dunbar, and Charleston, y'all know about her. Y'all know who she is. We have Well Said and his wife Nicole, beautiful couple. They're going to be coming doing their thing. Cord, Miles P, that's also a part of a company called BOC, Body of Christ. We also have an artist phenomenal. His name is Nathan Melix. If y'all don't know about Nathan, man, y'all gonna be in for a treat. We also have brother Kenny Wilkins. Kenny Wilkins, man. All these artists that we have are gonna really bless Charleston as a whole and bless anyone that listens to it in your lives. And we plan to expand it beyond Charleston, but this is our beginnings. This is where everybody's at from, etc. So we want to do it big.
Well, definitely, we want all those people to come on, definitely to come on to our show. So we're gonna work something out so we can get them on our show, so we can have some fun. And I look forward to this. So definitely keep an eye out, Gabriel Oree. Keep an eye out, Timeless Sound LLC. I'm telling you, this guy's is going big. I'm excited. Hey, that's all the time I got. My name is Calvin Logan with the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. We're having a ball here at The Point. We look forward to seeing you on next week. Hello, everybody. That is powerful. That's phenomenal. That is powerful. My name is Calvin Logan.